to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
I never remorse for you, no letters endorsing you. Pole position in the coffin is what it's costing you. The caucus bosses who control the fortunes who the mortgages of a culture with losses through and through. It's the rebel arms.
All right, folks, we are live. It's the Sunday edition of the Infowarrior, and we are going to be covering the complete and total collapse of the dollar. We're also going to be talking about this big protest over in D.C. It's kind of upsetting to me that Glenn Beck is getting all the credit for this, but it's nice to see that this is the largest outcry ever and that people can take to the streets even if they don't know the exact issues that they're talking about or voting on. Why are we covering the collapse of the dollar? Well, because Forbes has said it has collapsed. And I want to do a little review for people. Because I typed in dollar collapse Forbes to see what I was going to get. And sure enough, about 2 years ago, now remember, InfoWars was telling you the economy's going into the tubes and the dollar's going to collapse. This is what Forbes was telling you June 20th, 07. So a little bit over 2 years ago. One of the popular doomsday scenarios is that the Chinese, maybe even the Japanese, begin to dump U.S. treasuries. Totally and completely happened. Completely happened. In fact, the big headline 3 days ago was that China wants a new world reserve currency. And remember, they already kind of did this at the G20 earlier this year. It's the SDR, the Special Drawing Rights Unit. And you can just type in SDR conversion rate, okay? When you go to SDR conversion rate, you'll see that the dollar is about 63 cents. It's not even top dog. It's not even close to a one-to-one conversion. I think the pound is a little higher. Last time I checked, I think the dinar was the tops. But listen to this. This scenario has it that the dollar plummets, interest rates spike, stocks fall, recession follows, all of which happened. Every single last bit of it happened. And this is the next sentence. We've consulted several worthy experts on the scenario and found it lacking in traction. So they tell you, no, don't worry about it. It's just a doomsday scenario. This is a little over 2 years ago. Okay? Then in April of this year, Forbes puts out this headline, the coming dollar collapse. See, now they're easing you into it. 18 months later, they can say, all right, it looks like it might happen. It's already happened at this point in April. Okay? This is right around the G20, I believe. But look, the coming dollar collapse. See how they ease you into it? And now, September 8th, this week, the dollar collapses. It's official. Forbes.com says it. The U.S. dollar reached its lowest point against the euro this year in a myriad of forces, including rising global stocks and commodities prices, low interest rates, and investors diversifying out of treasury debt and into other assets, including U.S. stocks, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average approaching 9,500 in late afternoon trading. Dollar done. Collapsed. So now we have the G20 coming up September 24th and 25th. All right? What are they going to announce here? I'm very interested to know. Are they going to say, yes, it's time for a hard global currency? Remember, Medvedev brought out a model of the global currency, and I've got this headline out of Reuters right here. This is from the chief of the IMF. Global economic crisis to continue. And we're going to go over this in depth. I've got the whole thing highlighted out because it's a very important article. See, this guy's admitting we got a long way to go. People are going to start struggling even more. Meanwhile, I watched President Barack Obama last week, and he actually said, we took the economy from the brink of disaster, and now we have a recovery. Things are looking up. Give me a break. What kind of propaganda is this? It's disgusting. It's disturbing. And I couldn't believe what I was hearing. He said things like, you will be required to have health insurance the same way most states require you to have auto insurance. Very blatant, very blunt about that. We're going to be taking your calls, 888-201-2244 or 512-646-1776 on these topics and anything else you want to talk about. Maybe I'm missing some stories, but we're really going to get, gold right now, as the dollar collapses, over 1,000. Just shooting up. Why? Because this is a hard currency. This is actually worth something. The cat's out of the bag. The dollar ain't worth anything. We'll be back after this. It's the InfoWarrior. Go check us out at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.tv.